Let's get started. Please let me know whether you are able to see my screen or not. Okay. Are you able to see my screen, guys? So we are going to start from the sequences, right? Okay. Okay. So I have already discussed, right, the string data type, right? Now I'm going to discuss about the byte data type. Okay. So actually, bytes actually, it is like it is an array of numbers. I can tell. Okay, so I can say it is represents a group of numbers, okay, similar like an array. So those who do not know what is array, I will tell them. Actually, see here you are able to see, right? Let's say for any variable, right? If I wanted to store multiple variables, right? So we need multiple, I mean, if I wanted to store multiple values, then I need multiple variables also, right? As per these things, right? So see, if I am for example, let's say, okay, so let me, for example, suppose if I wanted to store 12, 20, 45, 60, right? So if I wanted to store these four values, I need, as per whatever we have studied so far, I need basically four variables. Okay, let's say a equal to 12, right? B equal to 30, okay? And C equal to 45 and D equal to, let's say, 60, right? So these, so for to store these four values, I also need four variables right? But uh, so this is like, means to store more variables, this will have more spaces in the memory, right? So that's why we in the programming language, okay, so we have something called array. Okay, so in array, okay, what we can do is, let's say, uh, array. Okay, so here I can store multiple values here. Okay, let's say 12, 30, 45, 60. Okay, so array means using same variable when I'm able to store similar type of data and and able to hold multiple datas. Okay, so that is known as the array. Okay, now these things actually related to bytes. Okay, in case of Python here. Okay, so here I need to write some more things. Okay, so it can store values. Okay, that, so it has a length, basically. Not length, means it has a size. Okay, it has a size of uh, value. The size of value means I can only able to store 0 to 256. Okay. The from 0 to 256 data is only able to store inside these bytes. Okay. These are signed. These are signed numbers. Signed numbers means can't I cannot store negative values. Okay. Okay. And actually to create a byte data type, okay, we need to create a list. Okay. And the created list should be passed as a parameter to the bytes function. Okay. So let's and this bytes type is immutable. Okay, so immutable, this kind of things I will let you know. So how I can create it? First, I need to let me write. Okay, here we need to create a list. We need to create a list. Then we have to send the list in the byte function. Okay, then we have to send the list in the byte function. Okay. See how I can able to write it. Okay. देखो. Basically, so in Python, how I can write? Okay. So let's say I'm writing array. Okay. So not array. Let's say the mm, numbers. I'm telling. Okay. Getting numbers. Okay. So numbers I need to write in this way. Let's say 20, 40, 60, 34. Okay, 60, 34, let's say 200. Okay. Okay. Now, what I need to do is, let's say, if I'm trying to write bytes number, okay, then what I need to do, I have a function called byte. Okay, bytes. Okay, so in this byte function, I need to pass these numbers as a parameter. Okay, so this is the thing we can say we have to pass number into a functions. Okay, and here I will get the bytes. Okay, so now if I wanted to see what is the type, so here you can see you will able to see this is the type as a bytes. Okay, so let's say I'm writing print bytes number, okay, and print the type of byte. Okay, okay. So if I'm trying to execute this program, so let's see. So here actually I did a mistake because this way it's consuming is not possible here. Okay, I will tell why it is not there. So as of now, see if I'm trying to execute it, so it will give me the uh, what is, yeah. So see, it will give me the type of bytes. Okay, now I can directly not able to access this bytes number using directly able to access this variable. Okay, Why so? Because this is an object. Okay, so and this is a basically list of values we have, right? So to get the list of values, we have to do some iteration on it. Okay, using something called looping. Okay, so let's say now what is happening basically. Let me show you one thing. Okay, रुको, uh, if I go open the pens. Okay, so what is actually happening basically for array? Okay, so in array, if I'm trying to store in similar type of datas, okay, into a single variables. Okay, so let's say, here the memory address. So basically, it will directly. I do not have that name, right? So here I have memory address, right? Let's say it is 1045, right? Okay, let's say this is my memory address, right? And this memory address will have to store in this way, right? So this 10, it's a 10145. Okay, so this will, let's say, here that variable name is I'm writing, uh let's say, whatever, let's say array variable, right? This is the variable name. Okay, so this variable name holds the address of where that value getting stored, right? And this address is pointing the values, right? So this is the way. So here what will happen, so we have chunk of memories here. Okay, here we have chunk of memories for this similar type of data values. Okay, similar type of data values means if if that array is storing integer, then all the value has to be integer. Okay, it is not a heterogeneous data. Okay, so let me write, suppose 20, 20, 30, 40, 80, 50, and 70, right? So this is the way that data has been stored, right? So here basically this data should be identified with the index number. Okay, so this 20 will be placed at the zeroth index. Let's say this I, if I'm indicating index as an I. Okay, so here I will be 0 position. Okay, these 30 will placed at I equal to 1. Okay, so this I'm writing here. This 30 is placed in one position, right? So equal to 1. Okay, this 40 is placed is I equals to 2. So 2, right? This 80 is placed is I equals to 3. Okay, this is I equals to 4, right? And this is I equals to 5. Okay, so that's why In programming language, if I'm trying to access any number, let's say I'm trying to access 80. Okay, so how I can access the 80? So I have to write that array, and then I need to write the indexer. This is called indexer. In the indexer, I need to write what is the index for that things. Okay, so let's say this index is the 3. So ARR3 equal to here, ARR3 will be given me this value 80. So basically here AR3 equal to basically the 80s. Okay. Suppose if I wanted to find the what is the if I wanted to find the value 70. Okay, so how I can write to get the 70? I need to write ARR of 5. Okay, then I will get the value 70. Okay, right? So here also the same logic has been happened. So 20 is placed in 0th indexes, 40 is placed in the 1 places, 60 will be placed in a so second indexes, 34 is placed in a uh, third index, and 200 is placed in a fourth index. Okay, so when you have five, see, if you have n numbers, so see, basically the logic is to see when you have n numbers in an array. Okay, the index will be 0 to n minus 1. Okay, so see here I how many digits I have? I have 5, right? So that index will be 0 to 4. So see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is the rule. So how I can consume any values here? Suppose if I wanted to consume, let's say it's the 60. Okay, so 60 placed in uh, so bytes number of what position? 0, 1, 2, right? So I need to write 2 here. So here I will get the value 60. Okay, okay, sorry. Here I will get the value 60. So see, I'm getting the value 60. Okay, so if I wanted to get the value of if I wanted to consume the value of 200 from this array, right, from these bytes, so how I can get it? I need to write bytes number, then I have to put the index at what place. So this is the fourth place, right? So see, I'm able to access 200, right? So in this way you will able to consume it. Okay, and as of now, as I have not means tell you how to loop the thing, so that's why let's so I'm uh, not discussing that point. So there is also another point. If you are trying to access these things using looping, okay, loop means when you trying to perform similar thing for multiple times. Okay, so for that purpose we have to you use a concept called looping. Okay, so what I need to do is, so there is a for each loop is there. Okay, so that by using that I can able to access the value. So see, what I need to do is I have to take that numbers one by one and trying to save it in a variable. Okay, and that has to be print. So for that what I need to do is for, okay, let's say I am taking the number, okay, okay, then I need to write in from where I need to take that numbers one by one from this bytes number. Right? So what is actually it is doing? Here I need to print the num. Okay. If I'm executing this, you will see I will get the output. So see, I'm getting 20, 40, 60, 34, 200. So let me write print the byte data using loop. So see, I'm getting 20, 40, 60, 34, 200. Okay. So what is this actually happening? Okay. So here I am taking the value one by one, okay, and put it into a variable that is num, and that num I am going to print. So first it will take this 20 from this byte number. It will store into this num variable and print it. Again it will take that 40, store into this num variable and print. Again it will take 60, store into num variable and print. This is the way this for each this loop is actually working. Okay, understood? Now
Yes,
I have
sir.
told now I have told you, right? So this is have a limit that only 0 to 256 value are you able to store. If I wanted to store, let's say 300, this will not going to store. Let's say I'm writing 300, right? You will see I will get an error. See, I'm getting an error. Okay. Why so? Because see, byte must be range from 0 to 256. The maximum value which I can store into a bytes is that is 256. I cannot store or 257 also, right? So this is the thing we need to take it. Okay. And there is another thing called, it is called immutable. Immutable matlab, once you created that object, okay, you cannot modify that means you cannot modify anything in the similar object. Okay. So see, what do I means? Okay, so suppose, let's say, now I need to write this 200 here, right? Now you know, right? I have already stored that zeroth index 20, that oneth index पे 40, okay, and uh, third position, मतलब second position पे 60, for third position पे 34, and the fourth position I'm storing 200, right? Now if I wanted to update any values, okay, so let's say, suppose what I need to do is I'm writing these bytes is immutable. So that means it cannot change or modify the byte object. Yeah. So see the things here. Let's say I wanted to change the value 40 here. Okay, so can I change it? No. See, if I'm trying to change, let's say I am trying to reassign a value at the place 1 with the 50. Okay, I will get an error. Okay, so see if uh, अच्छा एक सेकंड रुको वो बोला ना एक सेकंड. So here I will not able to write these things. Okay. So इससे पहले लिख रहे हैं, ठीक है. So here I will get an error. So see, right? So if I'm trying to run this, you can see byte object does not support item assignment. I cannot reassign or override the value which I have already created. Okay, so that is called, it is, that's why it is called as immutable. I cannot change or modify this bytes object. Okay, understood or not understood this point? Tell me.
Yes, sir. Understood. Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Okay, now let me tell you one thing. Okay, so now the next thing is bytes array, right? Byte array, right? So actually what this data type means actually, so it is also the same as the byte data types, same as the byte data type. Okay, but the difference between this byte array and the bytes are actually, this byte array I can say it is mutable. Here reassignment is possible. Here mutables mean we can modify and change the content of the array. Content of the byte array object. Okay. So here also to create this byte array, we need to create a list. Then we have to pass the list on function, byte array function. Okay. So that is also the similar. Okay. So let's see the example. देखो. Now byte array, right? Just a minute. Okay. So what I need to do is, so here uh, I need to add a empty string. Okay. So end is, let's say, this is actually I am writing to end this loop. Okay. So that's why I need to use a string here basically. Okay. Now, so this is the bytes array, right? So see, the same thing I can write it here. Okay. So देखो. So for example, for byte array, what I need to do is, let's say, uh, num nums. Okay. So numbers, right? Here I need to pass, let's say, 20, 45, 60. Okay, uh, 67 and so on, right? Now what I need to do is I need to bytes ARR nums. Okay, so here there is a byte array is there. Okay, so in this byte array function I need to pass these nums. Okay, so if you wanted to check, you can see this is a byte array. Okay, right? So similar way I'm writing. So if I'm trying to print the type of this nums byte nums, it will give you the output for byte array, right? Now if you wanted to print any values, okay, let's say how I can print similar like byte array nums array of let's say 2. Okay, so it will give you 0 1 to 60, right? So just see the output. Acha, oh, already it is, then I need to comment it out. Okay, it is error hai na? What I need to do is, so see, it is the type is byte array and the value it is providing me 60 based on the index, right? Now here also I can perform the loop, right? So see, so how I can use that loop? Let's say for a number in bytes array nums, okay, and then I need to print the number and let's say end equal to, if I'm trying to print this, you can see I will able to see this. अच्छा एक साथ दो अच्छा नेक्स्ट लाइन देता हूँ मैं रुको okay, so see I'm getting, let me print something, byte array iteration. So see 20 45 60 67, right? Now, there I have shown you, right? That is this bytes, that bytes are immutable. There I cannot modify the value, right? But here I can modify the value because it is immutable. I'm writing it is mutable means can modify the content. Okay. So here you can see if I am trying to write, so let's say suppose at the place of first index I have 45, so let make it as 50. Okay, so how I can make it as 50? So I have to write bytes array nums of 1 equal to 50. Okay, so now this 45 is overwritten by 50. So if I am trying to print this, now the value will become, so see as of now the value it is coming 20 45 60 67. If I'm trying, so now here what I have did, I have modified the value from 45 to 50. Now my the list of value present in my array is 20 50 60 and 67. See, instead of 45 now I'm able to see as 50 there. See, now see, I have value 20, now 45 it's not there. 50, 60, 67. Understood? Guys, are you understood these things?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it also have the similar range. Means it has the 0 to 256 range only. Okay. So if I'm trying to, let's say, trying to write 300, I will get an error. See, I will get an error. Byte must be in range 0 to 256. Okay, so it should be. I cannot write. So like maximum value which I can store is 256.
Why is like that, sir?
Huh? Sorry.
Why it's very like we should write only till 256? Is
Huh,
there
the
any
byte
reason?
has a limit. matlab, see, the data type, okay, has means each and every data type has a limit. Limit means it can store a certain limit of data. Okay, it does not have that much size to store the size after the 256 number. Okay, so whatever the 256 data has a size, this data has a size, bytes has that maximum limit. Okay, after that it doesn't have that place to store it. Okay,
If we want to store more data, then what we can do then?
so there is other data types we have. Na list, such list is
Yeah.
there, set is there.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
don't worry, that I will definitely. So you can store 10 billion of data, don't worry, that that is not a problem. But by using byte and byte array you cannot store it, that is the problem. We have other way to do it. Okay, so we have lots of data na, list hai, set hai, there we will able to store, don't worry. Now uh, so now let's say, now I'm first I discuss that list, then I will go to tuple. Okay, so what is in the list actually? Okay, so list by we can hello,
In byte
someone
array
is saying
also we
something
can't store negative values.
in the byte array, sorry.
Negative values we can't store in byte
No,
array.
no, I cannot. So that also, that example I have not shown you, right? Okay, so see, good one, thank you. Huh? So see, if I wanted to store any negative values, देखो. In the first, I need to show you the things in here. So let me, I'm trying to store minus 34. Okay, these things will not happen here. See, because this minus 34 is out of range also, means this is not comes under 0 to 256. Okay, so that is the problem. Okay, so whatever value which is means is lies between this 0 to 256 range, that value I will only able to store. Okay, so here also I will not able to store. Suppose if I'm wanting to store -1, see, I will get an line number 89 pe. I'm getting that error. Byte array nums is not possible here. Why? Because it having this -1. Okay, that is the problem. Understood, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So now my point is least, right? So least actually, if we want to create a least data structure, okay, by using that sequence brackets, okay, then we have to use it. Okay, so we can create least data structure by using this one. So this is called square brackets, right? So a list can store different data types. So the thing is here also this byte. Okay, so it will only store 0 to 256. Okay, number. I cannot store, let's say, so this is integer type of data, right? And if I'm trying to print a string here, let's say hello. Okay, so this is called heterogeneous type of data. Okay, that is not possible in case of bytes. Okay, but in case of list, I can able to store this heterogeneous type of data as well. Okay, so that I am so see, and the list is mutable also. Okay, so let me write that point. Okay, so here the first point is this one. Okay, can store different data types. Okay. It also means it is mutable. Mutable means it can be modified, right? Okay. So these least tuple range data. So this tuple, least, and set and dict. Okay. So these four things. Okay. We will discuss in a separate chapter in very brief. Okay. So as of now, we are just here. I need to discuss about the range one, and then I need to move to the next topic. Okay. This tuple, set, and dictionary, right? So this I will tell in a very brief later. Okay. So let's see what is the range. Okay, so range, actually we can create a range of values by use, so there is a range function is there, so we can create range of values using a function called range. Okay, it's not capital, it's small. Okay, and the range data types represents also the sequence of numbers. Okay, and this range data type is immutable. It is immutable means cannot be modified. Okay, and it also consumed it also consumed through loop. So let's see how I can write. Okay, देखो. Range means suppose let me show you. So range of values. So suppose you have to put the upper limit. Okay, so it will starts from zero, and that till that limit you will able to store that value. Okay, so see, suppose I'm writing here. This is called range, right? Suppose I'm putting a variable uh, uh, range values. Okay. So in that range value, so let's say there is a function for range, and here I am putting 10. Okay. So this means, so that if you do not mention any lower limit, okay, so that so by default it is taking lower limit as 0. Okay. So see, let's say, so this is nothing but the 0 comma 10. Okay. So if I'm trying to print, so see here. So if I'm trying to print this range values, okay, so you will see I will get that's a range of 0 comma 10. कहाँ पे एरर है, कहाँ पे एरर है? लाइन नंबर 89, अच्छा जो चेंज नहीं किया ना मैंने. हाँ चेंज तो कर दिया है, क्या हुआ? not able to store 256 also. हाँ. अच्छा लूप में ले लूं, अरे यार सॉरी, ये लूप का ये है ना, तो इसका इसी पे ले रहा है. Okay, let me comment it out as of now, this point. Okay. ठीक है, कमेंटेड आउट कर रहा हूँ मैं अभी के लिए. But, so let me run it. तो अगेन ये इसके साथ हो रहा है. ठीक है. So if I'm trying to run, हंड्रेड सिक्स पे एरर दिखा रहा है भाई. 'हाँ देखो, so here I'm getting the range of, so see if I'm trying to print this range of 10, it will show me this range of, so start point is 0 and end point is 10, so it will give you the value which is belongs to 0 to 10. Okay, if you're trying to now print that value using for loop, for is basically, let's say a in what is the value, range values, right? R number. Okay, if you're trying to print, okay, here you have to write uh, R number. Okay, you will see, you will get the values. So here what is this is going to print, it will print 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 10. Okay, so 0 to 10, whatever the values we have, integers values, that is going to print it here. Okay, so see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 0. So this is the upper limit, right? So I have told you key this is 0 to 9, it will going to print. Sorry. So if you have a upper range, okay, that's it is also the similar thing. Means if you have n, then it will going to print you the 0 to n minus 1. Okay. 0 to n minus 1. That is the range. Okay. Okay. So this is the purpose of range. Okay. Understood? Guys, understood this point or not? Hello, are you there, guys?
Yes, sir.
Everyone understood, right? Pallavi, Ranveer. Okay, okay. Sure. Now the thing is, okay. So if I wanted to print, means if I wanted to get a range, okay. So let me write another thing. So as I have told you, right? As I do not mention the initial range, it will by default it is taking 0, right? So if I wanted to get no, I wanted to get the value from 5 to 10. Okay. Then what will be the things I can write? Okay. Okay. So if I wanted to get from 5 to 10, right? So for that I need to write in this way 5 comma 10. It will not give you the 10 because that this is the n is basically 10, right? And the starting position is 0. As the starting position is 5, right? So it will give you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you want 10 also, you have to write 11 here. Then only you will get the value of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so see the output. Now see you are getting the output 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, okay. So we have. I need to tell you another things. Then here. So that is the conversion of the data types. Okay. Okay. So this tuple set dict. Okay, that I will tell you in later. Okay. And this
Sir,
also that user defined
sir, one small
things
doubt.
also. Tell me.
Sir, in range we
Hmm?
can add string.
So if you are trying to add string, then how it can define in a range?
Okay.
Tell me. Can
Like
a
it's
string
only
can be
like value.
identified as a number?
No, 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 no,
No,
no.
right?
Also only numbers. Okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
this range that I have told you, right? This range data type represents always a sequence of numbers. Okay.
Okay.
Just check कर लो एक बार. यहाँ पे अगर let's say again I need to whatever you have doubt you have check also no issue. हाँ check करने में क्या है देखो. You are saying you have to write a string. Let's say hello. Okay. Suppose if you wanted to print, see you will get an error. Okay, it has to take an integer value. Not even float also. Means you cannot write point values, floating points or complex number also. It always take an integer. Okay. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay. Okay. Now I have certain things. Let me tell you. So there is another concept called means conversion of data types. Okay. So conversion of data types. right? So actually, based on, so there will be a requirement, okay, that we want to convert from one data type to another data types explicitly, right? So that is called type conversions, okay? So Python provides some built-in functions to convert this one data type to another data type. So we have that built-in function called int, okay? So it convert other type to int type. I have another thing for another method called float. So what does this float do? It convert other type to float type. Okay. Then I have a method called complex. Okay. This is also convert from other type to complex type, right? Then I have bool type. This is also convert from other type to bool type. And I have another thing called str. This convert other type to string type. Str. I'm writing string type. Okay. So let's see. Suppose uh, देखो. Suppose so let me comment it out this one right now. Suppose I have a variable called uh, number one. Okay, let's say equal to 10. Okay, and number two equal to 20.5. Okay, now tell me what is the data type of num1 and what is the data type of num2? Anyone?
Int and float.
In num1 is the int and num2 is the float. Okay, so uh, देखो. अच्छा, so let me देखो. Now if I am trying to convert this int type to float type, so now if I am C, right, let me write print. So type of, if I'm writing this no1, right, this will print me as integer type, right? Are you agreed or not agreed? It will print me as integer type, right? Now what I need to do is I need to convert this no1 to float type. Okay, no, and so just a minute before that. So if I'm trying to print this number two, I will get the float type, right? Let me check also. So if I'm trying to run this, देखो वो int type है ये float type है. Now see, now I need to convert that one. Okay, so let's see. Suppose I am trying to convert to 1 equal to a float of no1. Okay, so now my no1 has changed to float, and that the value I am assigned to again the same variable, right? And for this num2 I need to in, change it to int type. देखो. Okay, now here I'm writing before typecasting. Before typecasting, right? And here I'm writing after typecasting. The same thing I'm going to print it here. See, you can see they have changes their data types. Okay. See, first it is int and the second one is float, right? And then after typecasting, that int has converted to float and float has converted to int. Okay. So if I'm trying to print the number also, देखो, print no1, print no2. Okay. See this. See, before typecasting the value it is integer type, that's why it is showing as 10, and that one is float type, so that's why it is showing 20.5. After typecasting, this 10 become converted to float type. Now the value it is showing as a float format 10.0. Okay, and that float is converted to int. Okay, so there may be a data loss has been happened because 20.5, this point 0.5 precision has been lost and it is converted to 20. Understood these things?
Yes.
Okay. And there is another thing also. Suppose if your number is a format of string, let's say s equal to, let's say I have 10. This is where also this is number, but it is not in a number format, it is just string format. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to convert this thing to integer type. Okay, so for that what I need to do is, let's say uh, p, I'm writing p any variable. Okay, so here what I can write is I have to convert it to is string to p. Okay, but here this is currently verified as a string, right? Okay, so if I'm trying to print it here, maybe let's see. Uh, uh, type of p. Maybe I will get an error because I need to write some baseline of thing. Let's see. Check करते हैं. No, it is giving me the output also. No, there will be not issue. So see here, I have a string type, right? Using that this string also, I'm trying to convert to int also, right? This way I can able to convert it, right? Actually, uh, we have some, so that I will whatever we have left, that I will discuss in the next class. So today, as of now, it is I'm going to enforce. This is for the today's one. Okay. Any doubt, guys, so far? Do you have any doubt, guys?
No, sir.
Harika, Bindu. Understood, right? Okay. So can we wind up for today? Okay. So see you tomorrow, guys. Okay.